Welcome back, everybody. It's Meme and Lego,
If you've forgotten.
and today we're gonna talk about a touchy subject for some, a hilarious for others,
Oh, definitely.
and I'll let you dig the grave.
May I? Ah, thank you. It's my favorite activity. How did you know? Anyways, we're gonna talk about people who idolize mental health issues.
It is a sickness!
It is deviant.
We do not want it in Uganda.
Exactly. These people are the scum of the earth. Why is that? Because you have people who have a serious health concern. It's a serious, debilitating, life-altering concern. And then you have people who use it as an excuse. I'm talking specifically about people who self-diagnose themselves just to use it as an excuse to be trash human beings. Even people who actually have a diagnosis, who use it as an alibi, as an excuse to be trash human beings, are the worst. Because when you have a mental health diagnosis, okay, I'm more understanding of your, struggles. That you may have an issue with something. Okay, I can adapt to that. But if I've known you for a while, and all the while you haven't attempted at least to improve yourself, how you treat yourself, how you treat others even, you're trash. Like, as long as you have the most basic function of your willpower and the ability to desire better for yourself and the others, you should take it.
Yeah.
But if you willingly use that as an excuse to be horrible, you're trash. I'll give an example from a George Carlin sketch. The difference between old folk and an old fuck. Old folk are people who coincidentally just got old. An old fuck is a person who uses his age to his advantage. As George Carlin said, I'm an old fuck, whenever I get tired I can just go to sleep.
Please say it with
I know.
your voice so people can understand.
I think people can understand my George Carlin impression much better than my own voice. Okay. Wait, his point is, whenever he gets tired, he can just go to sleep. If people are like, oh, grandpa's tired, let's go home. Or he can be obnoxious and people will give him a pass just because he's old. That's what it means to be an old fuck. People who abuse their mental illness have a similar mentality. And that's why they're so insufferable. Like, I understand you have BDP, okay? I understand you're bipolar. That does not give you the right to treat everyone horribly in your life. Because you have, as a human, out of basic human decency, you should be nice. You should be accommodating to the other person. But if you're incapable of that, and okay, let's say that's too simple. Let's say something more complex. You start a relationship with someone. And in each and every interaction, you try to manipulate the other person and use your condition as an excuse. Oh, I can't help it, I'm like this.
I'm a professional gaslighter.
And it's different with every condition. What was the Caterino? The famous yeah. I'm gonna bring her as an example.
It's for the seventh time.
But okay, why am I roasting her ass as an example? Because she did exactly what I'm talking about. She did something horrible towards a lot of people, and her excuse...
That we know of.
That we know of. And her excuse was, oh, well, actually, I dissociate a lot and I'm seeking professional help. Really? Really?
Are you though?
Really?
Are you though?
That's the worst excuse template, actually, I'm gonna call it, that's popped up on the internet recently. Whenever you do something horrible, that's a product of your own willpower and your character and your own decisions, you blame it on mental health. That's a serious problem.
And not just that. It's not just that. Because for people who actually are diagnosed, most of them would never put it on their diagnose.
Yeah.
Most of them are aware that they're troubled. They are aware of how they get. And when they do apologize about it, they don't try to justify it. They say, I'm aware of this and that, and I can't help myself. They do not try to justify their actions on their diagnosis. However, on the internet, especially nowadays, thanks to TikTok, thanks to Instagram, thanks to Twitch and everything, a lot of people self-diagnose, like you said. First of all, it's a stupid trend just to fit in. They do it for only clout and nothing else. Second of all, like you said, they do it because they're horrible people. They cannot take responsibility for their actions.
What's accountability? Does it taste like chicken?
I mean, I have no idea. I'm self-diagnosed, so I'm joking for legal reasons. However, what I find similar to this is an alcoholic. An alcoholic would do something horrible, but they would never blame it on their alcoholism because they're aware they have a problem and they know it's not a good thing. People who get drunk once in a while and do the dumbest shit ever, they're like, oh, I was drunk, so it's okay. No, it's not okay, dude, because it's still you as a person. It's still your actions. Be it you might have been shit-faced and you have no idea what you did, you still did them. You need to take accountability, you need to be aware of what you did, and you need to sincerely apologize. Today, if you go on TikTok, this is not a statistic, it's the source is trust me bro, but I will die on this hill. More than 80% of TikTokers or popular stars, blah blah blah, they're self-diagnosed only to excuse their actions. There's a lot of memes of you've probably seen girls with autism, and there's this girl that dances, and it was actually shown that most of the people who actually joined that trend are self-diagnosed, and they are not autistic. But they do it because they know, oh, so this is the trend right now. Let me do it. People watch a show. What was that high school show on? Doesn't matter. It's a show about high school teenagers who are all diagnosed with something and they're horrible people.
Oh yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. Okay.
People watch that show, especially the younger generation. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh my god, I need to be just like them because they're girl bossing or guy bossing, they're gaslighting, I want to be just like them, and if I do something, oh well, I'm self-diagnosed. No. First of all, go to a therapist. Not for a diagnosis, just go to a therapist because that is not okay. That does more harm to the people who are actually diagnosed. You're ruining a whole fucking problem. And when I say problem, I mean as a mental problem, not a societal problem. You are trying to ruin the reputation of people who are actually struggling.
Yeah.
What was her name? The girl with Tourette's?
Anita. Sweet
Anita.
Yeah.
She has Tourette's, right? And she's aware that she has Tourette's. And her viewers are aware. Her actions, she has tics, okay? And she says some not so nice stuff. But because she's actually diagnosed, we can look past those.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot. And when I say a lot, I'm underselling this. There's a shit ton of people who had Tourette's just because she became popular.
Yeah.
And then you go back, watch their previous videos, they're normal. They're literally normal. And all they're doing is they found a way to excuse themselves. I think even South Park had a episode about this where they make fun of people who are actually doing it. Do you remember the Cartman episode when he joins the Special Olympics and he still loses?
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
That was a classic.
honestly, I do not believe that people who are self-diagnosing themselves are in the right state of mind. And when I say that, I don't mean like they actually do have a diagnosis. I mean they're
It is
so...
a sickness!
It is devious! We do not want it in Uganda. Thank you, Abba, thank you. But, the problem I'm trying to get to is they're so self-centered that they'll do anything in their power just to get their 15 minutes of fame. And, like I said, you're making life harder for people who are actually playing life on hard mode. Because no one wants to be diagnosed.
Yeah.
No one wants to struggle. Recently I started watching The Walking Dead again. Don't ask why. I know everyone loved that show, but if you rewatch it now, you're gonna understand why I don't like it anymore. It's horrible. But we have Rick, who has PTSD and starts seeing things when his PTSD is triggered. People actually did that. People actually started behaving like that. Why? Because Rick was famous. No! You can love a character, but don't try to justify your actions with their actual struggles. And I know I'm comparing shows with real life, but people do that.
Yeah, there is an effect though.
Yeah.
There definitely is an effect. And as you said, one of the biggest problems that has popped up as a result of this is people have started taking the people who actually have a problem with this as jokes.
Yeah.
Because they're ruining the reputation of people who actually have a diagnosis. And it's important to look at the people who actually suffer as, okay, this is a serious concern for them. They have a serious problem. We should look and seek out how to help them. And if you have this entire group of people who are joining in as a fad and using it as an excuse to do clown shit, it ruins the entire reputation of the people who actually have a problem with this, who actually want to help, to be better.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to convince, to get people to stop doing this out of a fad. Like, you can have fads with, okay, clothes, with music, with fandoms and whatnot. But the moment you start having a fad with serious things, like sicknesses, like diseases, like conditions, that's a line too far. How? Because to me it's common sense.
Yeah.
But how can you convince someone that, okay, maybe this is too sacred, maybe you shouldn't profane this, but no, people still do it. For clout, for whatnot, as you said. I don't know, it's just, it's frustrating to me.
Same. Honestly, same. And again, I could go on a rant for hours on this topic. But for the sake of the video,
Yeah.
let us know what you think. Let us know if you justify people who act like that. And if you do, just let us know so we will ignore you in the future.
Yeah.
But
And make a video roasting you, of course.
exactly. So just give us free content, I guess. But as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.